All right, sorry about that if you caught that other little quick blip. Anyway, this is Lori in my country kitchen, and welcome. It's been a while since I've done a video, and so I wanted to pop on today and tell you about some things that have transpired as far as my cooking and share with you. So, most of you who know me know that I've had a love of cooking for others for my whole life. And 2 years ago, 2 years ago that changed. And I no longer wanted to cook. Being a widow was difficult when it comes to preparing meals. And I know some of you who are widows have shared that with me, that you don't know what to cook or what to fix for yourself anymore. So, I'm going to share with you. As the leaves started turning and we had our first cool day in October, I thought, it's baking season. And I was really excited. And then the thought came to me, wait a minute, where did that come from? I haven't wanted to bake. I haven't wanted to cook. And y'all, I realized I'm healing. And that's a good thing. So, put the emotion away. Sorry. I have rehearsed this so I wouldn't get too emotional. But anyway, when it first happened, I would run to the store and grab freezer meals, and I tried to choose things like lean cuisine or Weight Watchers or something like that. And while those are healthier than a lot of the frozen meals, they are still not as healthy as if I prepared them for myself. So I started looking at meals for one or two and how to prepare those. And I got thinking, I don't want to cook every single day. But if I have my big meal at lunchtime, then at dinner, I can have a salad or something really quick. And so it just hit me. When I had 6 kids at home, or 4 to 6, depending on what time it was, I did a lot of freezer meals. So if I made a lasagna, I made 2 and I popped one in the freezer. Or if I made a new casserole, I made 2 and popped one in the freezer. Because it takes no more time to do 2 than it does 1. And then I thought, why is that concept still not getting through to me? And so yesterday, I was craving a pot of soup. And I thought, this pot of soup will go to waste. And I'm like, no, it won't. I know how to do freezer meals. So y'all, yesterday I came home and I made a pot of soup, and I had my soup for lunch and a small bowl for dinner. And then I took 2 refrigerator containers, like my 2-cup prep bowls, and I filled those and put them in the refrigerator. So I've got soup for 2 lunches this week. And then I took my freezer bags, and I knew how many scoops would fill my bowl. And so I filled up a 1-quart freezer bag with about 2 ladles of my soup. And I froze them flat in my freezer last night. Y'all, I have 6 dinners or lunches of soup that I can have over the next several months. Even if I do 1 bowl a week after this week, I've still got meals for 1 day a week for 6 weeks. How awesome is that? And I don't have to cook it, and it's the same soup. So before this has been out too long, I'm going to stick it back in the freezer, and then we're going to get on with today's. So I'm going to be sharing some recipes to make casseroles and other things that are good as freezer meals that we can just pop in the freezer and enjoy really healthy, hearty meals without having to go to the store or without having to cook every day. So I went to the grocery last week, and shout out to Piggly Wiggly in Henderson. They have some really good meat specials, and they had some chopped sirloin patties, and there were 2 in a pack, which is perfect. And so I have just browned those ahead of time. When I do these lives, I do have to do some prep work. So I browned those, and y'all, I've got to give a shout out to Pampered Chef. I am using my non-stick stainless steel pan. It's got a tight lid, on it. And so I put those sirloin steaks, chopped sirloin, in my pan and put the lid on. And while I was letting that brown, I sliced an onion, and I hope you can see, I have just added the sliced onion in with the sirloin. And when I got back over here, enough moisture had built up in the pan that I didn't even have to add grease or any kind of oil or anything. So this is just the chopped sirloin and onion in a pan, and that's the beginning of my Salisbury steak. Now, this is a quick recipe. So yes, you can make your homemade gravy. You can do all of that stuff if you're up to it. But I'm doing what I've got on hand and as quick and healthy as I can. Now, I will tell you, I can make my brown gravy. I love to make gravy. But I had the less sodium brown gravy packs already in my stash. And y'all, they need to be used. And this is a whole lot less fat than if I had poured grease in here and made some gravy. So I used my brown gravy mix that's less sodium. And it makes 1 cup of gravy, which is perfect for 2 Salisbury steaks. So on top of my cooked sirloin and onions, I'm going to kind of stir that together. I didn't grab an extra spoon. I'm sorry. Everything's in my dish strainer. Yeah, I'm just going to use my bamboo. This is another Pampered Chef, and this is one of our bamboo spoons. But I've got this on medium heat, and so I'm just going to kind of put my onions over my steaks there. And then I'm going to pour in my gravy mix. And it made 1 cup of low sodium gravy. So I'm just going to pour this in over the steaks. There's a little left in here, so we're just going to get it out. And then I have 1 cup of tomato sauce. So that's one of those little small cans that we buy for our single servings. So that's a cup of tomato sauce in with those steaks. Now, if you, I'm just going to kind of stir this together. And y'all, I love these stainless steel pans. I don't do it all the time, but you can use metal in these I do it lightly, but they're not like a lot of the coated non-stick pans. And so I've got my brown gravy and my tomato sauce kind of added together there. Now, because of the sodium in this, I'm not going to add any more salt, but I will add just a little bit more ground black pepper. And I will put the recipe to this in the comments. So I've added the black pepper, and I'm going to add half a teaspoon of minced garlic. Y'all, I love my minced garlic. I'm just adding half a teaspoon of that in there. And most of you who've made Salisbury steak from scratch, you know it has a little bit of Worcestershire sauce in it. And so I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit just to give it a flavor. Now I'm going to stir that around. And I'm going to put the lid on and let that come to a simmering boil. Now I do have it on medium, and I'm starting to see that it's popping up in some places to begin boiling. So I'm going to put the lid on, and I'm going to turn it down and let it simmer for a few minutes. Now, while we're doing that, a lot of you who do Salisbury steak like to have some sour cream on top. Well, I'm going to tell you, when it's just me, I can buy a container of sour cream, and I'm using a few tablespoons, maybe half a cup, and then I'm having to throw it out. So it's a lot of waste for me. And I have found some tricks. So milk is the same way. If I buy a half gallon of milk, it's ruined within a week, and I don't drink that much milk. So I have found if I buy lactose-free milk, it tastes exactly the same, but it's good for over a month. And if you just look at the dates, I usually reach to the back and find one that's there, the last one there, and it'll be good longer. I only grocery shop once a month, and so I want something that's going to last the whole month, so I don't have to run and spend money at the dollar store every week or run into town every week. I'm 8 miles from town, and so if I can just run once a month and get it, that's great. So it's just me, and I buy lactose-free milk. And I've quit buying buttermilk because there's enough milk in that lactose-free. I'm sure you all know the little trick that if you add a little vinegar to your milk, you get buttermilk. And so that's another trick I've learned to do. And I'm only buying one milk, and I always have vinegar. So if you like Salisbury steak, it calls for sour cream. And so I did a little research, and I got to digging. And I also buy all the time, I keep heavy whipping cream. And so I have learned that if you take your heavy whipping cream and add just a little vinegar to heavy whipping cream, y'all look at this, it makes sour cream. See how thick that has gotten? And I didn't whip or anything. I just put 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream in here, and I poured a little vinegar in the lid and added it to the cream and got my sour cream. So when these have simmered for a couple of minutes, I'm going to add in my sour cream for today. Now, I do have enough for 2 meals in here, and I have found if you have whatever kind of prep and storage system you have, I just picked up some of these little containers at the dollar store. And so when this, you don't put it in hot, you let it cool. But when this cools, I'm going to put 1 steak in here with gravy. And I'm making some instant mashed potatoes today to go with my Salisbury steak. Now, this recipe, you can actually get the frozen cubed potatoes that have the onions and the peppers in it, and add it to the gravy and let that simmer until the potatoes are cooked. And then you've already got a full meal in one. But I'm going to add I'm going to make a few little mashed potatoes today. And so that's going to be my meal. And I will do that when I reheat this one. It's going to go in the freezer. And so next week I have a meal. And I have just decided I'm going to find those casseroles and things I used to fix for my family. And then I'm going to divide them into single servings, whether you put it in a freezer bag and freeze it that way, or in a container. Whichever you have is what you use, or whichever you can get is what you use, and stick it in the freezer. And if I do 3 days this week and 4 days next week, the last 2 weeks, I don't have to cook if I don't want to. But if I do, I'm continuing to build my stock for the days I don't want to cook. I've got good, healthy, homemade meals ready for my lunch. And then I can add any veggies I want to add. I keep fresh veggies or frozen veggies or a salad to add. And then for dinner, I'll do a quick salad or something that's carb-free to keep my sugar level down. So anyway, that's my quick meal for you today, is the Salisbury steak. And I think it's ready. I'll show you what that looks like. And so we have, you can see this rich gravy in here. And I can smell all of the flavors. Sorry, we don't have smell-o-vision. But of course, you can add mushrooms. You can add peppers, whatever you like. This is what I had on hand today, so it's what I use. And in a few days, we are going to be back with you and do a casserole for the whole family. Ignore my nosy neighbor dog. But y'all have a great day, and God bless you, and we will see you next time. Bye.